You know, how do I call myself a connoisseur of Disney? You know, I've never watched any of these movies. It's weird. Hey, what's up? Okay, so today I'm going to be doing something new for my channel, but it's going to be good. So if you don't know, oh, I have a crappy setup. But anyway, if you don't know, I love Disney. I love almost everything about the company. I have very few interests, but also very many. But anyway, I love Disney. I love Disney princesses, to be more specific. So I thought what I'd do today, and I love top 10 videos. So what I thought I'd do today is combine all three and do a top 10 list for Disney princesses. But then that got screwed because there happened to be 11 Disney princesses. So I'm just going to go least favorite to favorite Disney princesses. And I have my list right here. That's why I have a pencil. So I'm going to do this totally like unrehearsed, have no clue what I'm going to say. But anyway, when I say Disney princesses, what I mean is, okay, so not movies, not based on movies. Disney princesses, the brand. The brand is like Disney Princess is the brand. So it's not going by movies. And according to the brand Disney Princesses, hold on, let me get it up on my phone so that I'm not like giving you like crazy things. Okay, so according to the brand, the princesses are Ariel, Jasmine, Aurora, Cinderella, Belle, Tiana, Rapunzel, Merida, Pocahontas, Mulan, and Snow White. Okay? So those are the princesses I'm going to be dealing with. I'm not going to be, as you can probably tell, I'm not going to be dealing with any princesses past, what is it? Rapunzel? Like no Frozen, no Anna, no Elsa, no Moana. I can't think of anybody else, but nobody like after, I guess, Rapunzel, like I said, right? So, because they haven't been indicted. And no other girl characters who you think might be considered a princess in their movie, just the ones that are in the Disney brand, okay? So, I'm going to be starting with number 11. Number 11 is Pocahontas. And this is simply because I don't like Pocahontas. I don't think Disney should have made a movie about Pocahontas. I mean, it's already all of these are already stories, I suppose, but like, Pocahontas is a historical figure, not a fictional character, you know? So, and I just don't think they should have made a movie about her. I don't think her movie's all that interesting. I will admit that, I mean, like, a lot of people, like, they're like, Pocahontas, like, they love Colors of the Wind. Colors of the Wind is the only real song I can think of right now. So yeah, but I will say that, well, Pocahontas included, I can't be certain that I've seen her movie. I probably have. I can't remember it. Which is the case for a lot of princesses on here. I've seen their movie. I don't remember it. I'm thinking of doing a like Disney watch through, like one movie like a week. I do like a sit down, I watch and review every single Disney movie, like starting from Snow White going to whatever their newest one is. And this is like strictly the cartoons at first. Then maybe we can talk about live action, but I'm talking about the cartoons, like going from Snow White to, I don't know what their new, I guess it's Moana? Probably. That came out in 2017, it's 2018 now. I don't know. I haven't done much research, but okay, well, just Pocahontas, she does nothing for me, honestly. And you can disagree, that's fine. But anyway, number 10, Merida. I'm confused, honestly, like, Merida, the Pixar princess. Merida, the Pixar princess, is on here when Anna, nor Elsa, nor Moana is on here. I think it's like, I have no grudge against Merida specifically. I'm just confused why Disney tried to take their princesses and put it in another brand. Like, Pixar has its own thing. It doesn't need princesses. And, like, Pixar is trying to do its own thing. It's trying to do original storytelling, whereas Disney does, it started doing retellings. Like, Snow White had already been, it was already a story, and then they made it into, a feature film. So why are they trying to put their brand, which is princesses, into Pixar when Pixar's trying to do original storytelling? Now, Merida is an original story. I mean, by that logic, I'm pretty sure, right? So, I mean, it's still an original story. Maybe they're trying to make original princesses, and that's cool. Again, maybe it's because she's too steeped in reality. I mean, like, Scotland is a real place. I don't know. That can't be it. I don't know. Her movie, also, I have nothing against Merida, but the movie, it's not most people's favorite Pixar film. It's not my favorite Pixar film. It's somewhere in the list, but it's not my favorite, and it's a middle of the road, but considering that there are princesses on here that I really do like, it has to be at number 10. Now, number 9. Number 9 is Aurora. Because part of the way I did this list was thinking about their time periods. And now, if you know, the 3 first princesses, Snow White, Aurora, Cinderella, that's not the order they came in, but, or maybe it is. I can't remember right now. Anyway, they were made in a time, like, the 1940s when, like, there were different standards, right? So they're a bit more docile than, say, Anna or Elsa or Moana, some of the newer princesses, right? And I just think out of the 3, like, original, like, old-time princesses, Aurora does nothing. Like, I've read things that are like, Aurora has less line, is like the one with the least lines. That's probably not true. Don't take my word for it. But it's just things like, Aurora's not, I can't say much about her because they don't tell us much about her. I mean, we know she's 16. We know she has a curse put on her. We know we need to get the curse reversed. But what do we know about her character? Then again, I'm willing to say that I can firmly say that I've probably never watched this movie. Whereas I feel like I have watched Pocahontas, and I've definitely watched Brave. I cannot say that I've watched Sleeping Beauty. So, all of my judgments may be affected because I've never seen these movies. After I have this whole movie marathon thing, I might come back on, like, if my views change, I might come back on here with a revised list, and I'll let you know, So, anyway, Aurora, she just does nothing. And she wasn't, I guess, she was meant to do nothing? Okay, on to number 8. Speaking of the original 3 princesses, Snow White, she does a little less nothing, what does she do? She cleans. I can't remember I can't say that I've ever watched this movie either. I've read the book, though, so I feel highly qualified. No, she cleans. That's it. She also, what does she, she eats the apple. A bit more proactive here, I'm just saying, like, I guess Aurora pricked her finger. Well, a lot of good that did her. I'm just saying. Anywho, yeah, they're basically the same. Yeah. That's it. you know? How do I call myself a connoisseur of Disney, you know? I've never watched any of these movies. It's weird. And with that, number 7, Jasmine. I tell you, when I think of Aladdin, which first of all, the movie's not named Jasmine, but whatever. When I think of Aladdin, Jasmine's not, I don't even think she's in the top 5 of the things that I think of when I think Aladdin, you know? What do I think of? Well, I think Aladdin, then I think Genie, then I think carpet, then I think lamp, and then I think carpet, and then I think of orphans, and then I think of the songs. I think of Robin Williams. I think, who's that villain again? And then I think, who's the girl in that movie? Oh, Jasmine. 9th. She's the 9th thing I think of. It's not good. There are scenes with Jasmine before, like, legit the first scene I can think of is the scene where they're like, where they use the magic carpet to go around the city. And I know there's scenes with her before then. Because there's a scene with the tiger. Isn't there, like, a well? Or a body of water or something? I don't know. And I mean, this is probably it's not the last Disney movie I've seen. Maybe the last Disney movie on this no, not even that. Like, I watched this movie, like, less than 6 months ago. Probably less than 3 months ago. Within the year, you know? Anywho, I can't remember when you first see her. Like, I only remember 3 scenes. I remember the scene, I literally can't think of the song, but the scene where they're flying in the air, the scene where he, like, is like, oh no, I am a prince, oh no, I'm not a prince, and then the scene where she's, like, with Jafar at the end. Don't know anything else about her. All I know is that she doesn't want an arranged marriage. Is that even right? Who knows, you know? Anywho, and with that, on to 6, Belle. I like Belle. She's okay. You know, I mean, okay. She likes reading. I like reading. She's different. I'm different. She wears blue. Well, I'm wearing blue. She's an okay person, and that is why she's 6th. She's okay. She's right in the middle. I mean, I have... do I have anything to say about... I mean, I love her morals. I like the movie. The movie's okay. No, I like the idea of the candle. I don't like the candle. The candle's okay, whatever. I like the songs. I like both versions. I know that's like a controversy that people don't like the new one. It was okay. I've seen that. Who knows if I've seen the original? I have. I've seen the original. Don't worry. Like, people who hate the new one, they're like, oh, she only knows the new one. That's why. I've seen the original because I wouldn't have seen the new one without seeing the original. Don't worry. I've got it. Anywho, it's a fine movie. Off the top of my head, I can't find anything wrong with it. You know? Maybe I'll come back to you. 5, Ariel. To be honest, her songs are so catchy. Like, we were at Disney for 5 days, right? And for the whole 5 days, I could not get any of her songs out of my head. They were just, like, random songs from her whole movie. I just knew, right? And we were at Disney, who has lots of songs. Like, if I wasn't singing a Little Mermaid song, it was probably The Lion King. Like, you know? So, what I say that to say, again, I find nothing... her character. Let's talk about her character, I guess, because that's more what we're going for. She's vivacious. Not always right, but what 16-year-old is, you know, I have to be conscious of these things. She's susceptible. But again, what 16-year-old isn't. Again, I find nothing wrong. Okay? Now, what number are we on? 4? We're on 4. 4, Mulan. Well, this will be more constructive. Mulan, she's a fighter. She does what she wants. She does what's right. She's strong. She is smart. She, like, fooled all of China. She defeated the Huns. She probably got together with the other guy, Li Shang. Is that his name? Mulan's just a great person. Like, the only thing, I'll Make a Man Out of You is, like, it's one of my top Disney songs, probably. Like, probably. I don't know, I might make a list of that, who knows, right? And that'll probably be on there, unless there are, like, 10 other good ones. Who knows? It might, in that case, it'll be an honorable mention, don't worry. Anywho, it's just, Mulan is a good story. But, and I have watched this, because I watched it all the way through, and I had no clue that half of it, Reflections is a good song too, but anyway, I had no clue that half of it even existed. I knew once she got in the army, and I knew right before the fight, and I just, like, before the fight where they win. Yeah, real Disney connoisseur. Anywho, so it was refreshing to watch, and I was like, oh, I really like this, you know? So, yeah. Now, 3, Rapunzel. I like her carefree attitude. I like her wackiness and zaniness. I like how she stands up for herself. I like the song Mother Knows Best because of its creepy vibes. I think it captures, like, it tells why Rapunzel wouldn't leave before then. It shows us why she should be skeptical, because, like, while you're hearing that song, you're like, well, obviously not. And then you're like, well, you get why Rapunzel would have some doubts, both forced and reasons for staying and not staying. You know, I feel like you feel my pencil fell. You feel compassion for Rapunzel. You want her to leave. That scene where she's, like, running around, I can't help but feel, like, happy for her. You know, I'm like, yes, she finally got out. Yay. The only part that's hard to watch is when her mother finds her. That is hard, and I almost always skip over it. Yeah. Okay. What else about her? I don't like some parts, but just because I can't do too sappy or too sad. It's really weird. I like her, you know? Like, she's not my favorite of the newest. Like, if Moana or Anna or Elsa were on here, she'd definitely be lower down, but she's here right now, you know? Once the other 3 are indicted, maybe, I don't know if I'm using indicted correctly, but once the other 3 are added, maybe I'll have to change my list, you know? And that leads us to number 2, Tiana. Tiana is my girl, okay? Well, for one thing, not that this sways my opinion either way, but she is black. And she is from the 20s, which is a time I like. She's also struggling, and I struggle every day. It's like, I'm don't struggle that much. Not as much as her, but her struggle just resonated with me, you know? Her friend, that little Charlotte, she got me onto the name Charlotte. Like, I really like it now. And I can't say that it's not because of her. I remember when I went to go see Tiana, or Princess and the Frog. Why do I feel like that's the first Disney princess movie I saw in theaters? It probably is. I think the last one was from, like, I don't know, the 90s. And then they came back with Tiana. And I think that's the first one I saw. I remember that day in the theater. I was so excited. My grandmother slept through the whole thing. I remember that, walking out of there just so in awe. And my grandma was like, I slept through it all. And I was like, how could you? It was so fun. Like, and I only got scared once, because that was back in the days when I used to get scared by TV and had to run out of the room. I didn't run out of the theater, though. I sat there, maybe had my fingers over my eyes. It was a wonderful experience. And I like the story. Working hard, that's important. I like all the characters. I like all the songs. And if I could talk that way, like, if I could talk fast, or, like, have that southern twang like they do in the songs, then I could probably sing them. I don't sing them because they're a bit fast-paced, and I get tongue-twisted a lot. But I like those songs, too. I just don't sing them that much because they are, I think, hard to learn. Probably not. If I put my mind to it, I could probably do it. In my mind, it's a very underrated movie, because I know it's my second favorite, but I often forget that it exists, and I think that just shows its charm. Because, well, not really. It's like, it's deep-seated. Like, I really like it. And the fact that I can forget about it and then remember it and be like, oh, yeah, I love that, you know, and still love it, I think it's awesome. And that leads me to my number one spot. And if you remember the list I said earlier, you know which one it is. But I'll tell you, Cinderella. Cinderella the movie is my favorite Disney princess movie. Cinderella is my favorite character of any Disney princess movie. She has the greatest struggle in any Disney princess movie. Her mother dies at a young age. Her father dies at a young age. She is abused and misused and treated the absolute worst, like a servant in her own home. And she finds the courage somehow, Lady Tremaine literally says, you can't go to the party, and she finds the courage within herself to go. I mean, like, yes, the fairy godmother's there, and, like, she's all like, bippity boppity boo, you know? But, like, in the end, Cinderella didn't have to step into the carriage, and I think she's the bravest person for stepping into the carriage. Because, I mean, like, she could have been spotted, and she was brave and went and had a good time, and I admire her for that. She has the worst luck, the worst fortune, the worst life, and because of a little bit of courage, I think she gets back most of what she deserves. Also, Lady Tremaine my favoriteest villain of all time is in this movie. I have 3 favorite villains, just because I think they're all justified for different reasons. My 3 favorite villains, they just have the 2 of my favorite villains. Anastasia, which a lot of people undermine the stepsisters, like, as being villains, but they are. They aid and abet her abusement, you know? So I like to consider them that. And then Lady Tremaine, she has a grace to her. You know, she is the worst. Because, I mean, like, who could trap a human. I mean, who? I think that's the worst crime. Like, worse than, like coats made of puppies, even though that's pretty bad, but coats made of puppies and, wanting, I don't know what Dr. Facilier wanted to take over the bayou. What were the other villains? I don't know. Jafar, he wanted to take over the world. Who cares? I mean, Lady Tremaine ruined Cinderella's life. I think that's the worst you could go. So yeah, that's my list for my least favorite to favorite Disney princesses. I hope you liked this video. It was a bit different, but I'm planning to do more like these. I'm starting with Disney because that is something I know, and well, there are only 11 Disney princesses. I'm thinking about doing a Harry Potter version, character-wise, but there are a lot more characters, so I'm going to need to think about it deeper. So, like, comment if you want me to do that, or any other top 10s you think I should do. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and bye.